8K video, 4K up to 120 frames per second on a 1/1.28 inch sensor and a triple AI chip. Insane 360 image quality, day or night. Translated, that means the Insta360 X5 image quality just got crazy. And they literally solved my biggest issue with 360 cameras. The best action camera just got better. This video is sponsored by Insta360, and this is the new X5. So no, this is not a review, but I've been testing this out for a good little while now, and I want to show you the newest features so you can figure out if this is the right tool for you or not. And do me a favor for a second. Think of the most insane, epic, just wild experience or activity that you can think of. Well, for me, it's this. Insta360 asked if I want to test out the X5 and go heli boarding. Yes, that is as insane as it sounds. You literally get picked up by a helicopter, taken onto an insane mountain where there's nobody else around. Just fresh lines, you get out of the helicopter, strap into your snowboard, and you ride down. I still can't believe I got to experience it for the second time. Whistler Heli, you guys do it right. And it was even better because I got to take along my wife's cousin JD with me, and we just had the best time ever. But what makes it even better is that we got to just enjoy the experience and soak it all in, but still capture every single moment of it without having to worry about, am I getting the best footage, because the X5 is capturing everything. And then later in post, I can choose what angles I want. And I've said it a million times, but this invisible selfie stick, so if you do not understand, the X5 has 2 cameras, 2 lenses, and it stitches those together. And so anything on this line right here ends up disappearing in post, which means that this selfie stick that you're holding out disappears completely, and you get this perfect little follow cam mini drone that you could not get in any other way. This is a one-of-a-kind look. And just look at that image quality. We now have bigger sensors. The X4 had 1/2 inch sensors, but now on the X5 we get 1/1.28 inch sensors. And that means 133% more light intake. On top of that, we get faster image processing with the new 5nm AI chip and 2 Pro imaging chips and a new algorithm. It's actually insane. The 8K footage, the dynamic range, the detail, the slow motion, especially 4K 120 frames per second, I used to have to sacrifice image quality to use 360 cameras to get that coolest angle ever. And now I feel like the X5 rivals any action camera on the market right now. With the X5, you are not sacrificing any image quality. Even in low light, we have the new pure video mode, which basically uses the AI chips on board to really clean up the image and get you a way better image that was not possible before. We have active HDR all the way to 5.7K in 60 frames per second. That's perfect for a high contrast situation. And interestingly, they put in a log mode in the HDR mode, which I'm still like debating is it good, or do I just like what the Insta360 does in their standard or flat profiles? One of the downsides with 360 cameras is that the file sizes are kind of big. Now we get 20% smaller file sizes. That doesn't sound like a crazy thing, but man, when you're starting to add up the costs of drives, or just you're always running out of space on your laptop like I often do, 20% is a big difference. So to put that in perspective, usually about 1 minute of 8K footage would be about 1.5 gigabytes. Now it's 1.2 gigabytes. And just because we're getting everything doesn't mean that you don't have to think about where to actually place the camera. So that's what I was really curious about on my last trip to Whistler. Just basically testing every single possible way of mounting the X5 while you're doing something like snowboarding, and seeing how the different mounts and different ways of holding it change the look and bring different perspectives to your footage. First and foremost is the selfie stick. This thing is king. If you could only have one accessory for your X5, it is 100% the invisible selfie stick. But we all know that size matters. In this case, it matters how long this stick is. And so I actually did a little test with the 3-meter stick, and I basically started it off at this length and kept expanding it little bit by little bit until I was riding a snowboard like this. And you can see the drastic difference in the look when you just use a short stick versus something that's like this 3-meter long one. Now, I probably wouldn't recommend actually snowboarding with a 3-meter one, or at least not filming yourself, maybe filming your friend. That would work. 2 hands on it is much more reasonable. One hand, it starts to get pretty heavy and you're like, forearms are just pumping. This is the overkill selfie stick. This is like the go-to. This is the best thing ever. But I also tried, for example, a helmet mount. Now the helmet mount, it's a really cool angle, but I feel like it gets a little limited. It's not really my favorite angle. Then I tried the chest mount. This one is definitely cooler than the helmet mount in my opinion. It gives a better perspective with kind of your arms and stuff. I just like this view much better. Then I tried to mount the X5 onto my snowboard using a suction cup mount. That is a really cool angle, don't get me wrong, but it's not really practical. Snow is just getting everywhere on a snowboard. It's just a little too heavy and bulky. If you need that angle, you know you can get a really cool angle like that, but I wouldn't be snowboarding around with that on my snowboard. Then I tried a new one that I've never tried before, and that was a hand mount, which I apparently have lost. I have no idea where it is. But basically, it's just a strap that goes around your hand, and then you mount the camera onto your hand. And this perspective is really cool. It's almost like a selfie stick because it's kind of a little bit further away from your body. I really like this perspective, and I feel like I need to dial it in, kind of figure out what angle to have the camera on and all that stuff. But yeah, I would pick up the hand mount. The hand mount is really cool. Then we have bullet time, which is unique and cool, don't get me wrong, but I think it's very, very unique. It's like for a very specific situation. It's really hard to like be snowboarding with the bullet time, but if you need that look, it's probably one of the easiest and best ways to get it. And also a side note, don't forget to kind of look around in your footage. There might be other cool angles that you weren't expecting, so just look around and find, 1 or 2 or 3 even shots from that same video clip. So I tested every single mount I could get my hands on, except for one. Okay, this is either gonna be ingenious or a terrible fail. We will soon find out. I'm gonna try putting the X5 on a drone. Wish me luck. All right, let's see if it flies. That's enough of that. That's actually quite surprising. We're gonna take a look at the footage. I've always wanted to put a 360 camera on an FPV drone. Now that we have the bigger sensor, 8K, all that, it might actually be good, because with an FPV drone, you can't really get like reverse shots, so like you can't get the behind, like, you know, you always have to fly towards something. You can just reverse it in post. With this, you could get a whole bunch of different angles.
Did you show them how it was like on the actual FPV?
Spencer, how scared were you by that?
I was pretty scared. I haven't been around you ever.
Spencer's first FPV Matti experience. This
like
is a little sketchier than normal. So that worked way better than I expected. So it's time to put it to a real world use, which leads me to the biggest pain point of 360 cameras. All right, we've done the heli boarding test. Now it's time for boys, who's gonna be the fastest? Who's gonna be the fastest?
Tyler, because
Tyler for sure, right?
This guy, he drives.
Definitely gonna be the fastest. I had a quick call with Gimme and Bottas before this. Like, they gave me a few tips, but
I think you're on the phone with.
it's just you know, manifesting the future right here. Repping Finland.
Swaggy, that's how I roll. On another level, on another level, on another one above me. Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme. On another level, on another one above me. Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme.
Oh, that is too fun. Too fun. We're just gonna start having staff meetings here every morning, just so you know, Spencer, okay?
I got my 3 laps in, did my best Daniel Ricciardo impression, staying at the back of the pack. It was good.
So how was it?
A lot like stickier than I thought. Like first few laps was like, I'll take it easy, and then by the last was like, oh, I can really like push
Oh,
this
you can
thing.
go nearly
Yeah.
flat out. You can just carry the speed and the momentum.
Yeah.
But you have to wait for the tires to warm up a little bit.
That's,
only
I forgot.
easier.
I forgot the tire warm up.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Critical part, okay? Critical.
Good.
All right, let's put this on the Vada now. We did a little test. It works. I don't know if it works this good. I'm sweating. So the worst part is that like your thumbs for FPV are like the most important thing. Look, my thumb is shaking. My thumb is literally like I cannot make it stay still. How am I supposed to fly an FPV drone like following a pro race car?
You nervous?
I mewe we're flying a FPV drone with propeller guards, so
Not really.
not really. If we crash it, we have a backup. We have a backup plan for that. So, see, the problem with Insta360's in the past has been they're incredible, but if you scratch the lenses, that's game over. You gotta like send it to them and repair it. This might be foreshadowing to when I smash it in. I'm not gonna do it on purpose, but if it happens, this will be foreshadowing for that.
Go to settings.
I was thinking, do I go pure video? Because it's a little low light in some areas. But I think because of the FPV stuff, we're gonna keep it in 5.7K plus. Oh wait, no, we are going wrong. We're going 5.7K, 60 frames per second. Just in case we get some really good action, so. Oh, it is dark in there. My fingers are twitching so bad. Crashed. Oh no, it's crashed. I was not trying to do that on purpose. I was trying to fly so low and perfect that I know for a fact.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's scratched. That doesn't look that bad, but that renders a normal Insta360 camera or any 360 camera completely useless. It's such a big thing there in front. This has been my biggest pain. I've never broken so many cameras in my life other than 360 cameras because of this problem. Luckily, we have a fix now. Ingenious. Thank you, Insta360, for fixing this. This was like my biggest pain point on these cameras. I kid you not.
Well, that didn't work. That is not good at all. But luckily, we have the new lens repair kit. And this has been my biggest gripe with these cameras. If you scratch even a little bit, the lens is kind of just busted. You gotta send it in and get a new one. Now we can replace the lenses ourselves. So let's try and do that. Get all the bits of glass out first. Use the scraper tool here. Should probably wear some gloves doing this. And then if you got yours dirty, you could clean it off, but mine is very clean right now. So I'm just gonna put the lens on. We have the new lens here. Ta-da! Place this on here. Then place the ring back on here. Use the little tool. Well, that's much better. There we go. We have a new lens on there that I just destroyed. This has honestly been one of my biggest gripes. I've been through a lot of Insta360 X3s and 4s just because I scratched the lens up a little bit and maybe I was risking the biscuit a little bit, but I want to get really cool, crazy action shots with these cameras. And now that I know that I can just replace the lens, I'm a lot more confident that like if I get a little scratch, it's fine. It's not gonna be the end of the world. The aftermath of my little experiment. I repeat, it is not recommended to fully smash the lens. You probably could get away with it like I did, but it's more for like scratching. If you scratch the lens, which is what most of the time happens, like you're probably not gonna have that sort of impact normally. So yeah, that's the biggest fix, is that you can have a little scratch on your lens, replace it real fast, real easy. I love it. So there you have it. This is the new Insta360 X5. It is packed with features. I've said it before, I'm definitely biased. To me, this is the best action camera, and now we just have so much more image quality, better battery, better low light, and we can actually replace these lenses. I've never broken so many cameras before. I usually take really good care of my cameras, but I must confess, I might have broken a few Insta360 cameras before. All right, that's it. That's the new X5. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.